Yo, what's going on guys? HyperX here, and today I want to talk about a brand new game that was just revealed in the Xbox Bethesda showcase, and that is Wo Long the Fallen Dynasty. This is actually a really interesting game. I mean, admittedly, they haven't shown any actual tangible gameplay, but the trailer did get me super excited. Honestly, before they even dropped the name for it, when it first started with sort of that very ominous, dark, somewhat sort of demonic setting, we then saw Team Ninja on screen. I was like, hold on a minute, is this going to be Nioh 3? Because yo, your boy loves Nioh. I played through a bunch of that recently, especially I mentioned before, playing through Nioh 2 in co-op with the squad was a load of fun. However, this then goes on to confirm it's in fact not Nioh, although as you'll find out in a minute, somewhat related, but it is instead a brand new game. Again, called Wo Long Fallen Dynasty, being published by Koei Tecmo, and of course the developer is Team Ninja. It's coming to PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series consoles, PS4, Xbox One, and PC. It's slated to launch in 2023, and will also of course come to Game Pass. So in this video, I want to talk about what we currently know so far. So if you guys do enjoy this, a like would be super appreciated. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of the trailer. Let me know if this is your jam, or you just like, yeah, you know what, until I see gameplay, I'm not even going to get slightly excited. Anyway, with that being said, for those of you that are potentially on the fence and at least want something to be able to sort of hold on to, then one thing that might get you excited is that there are two notable people working on this, two producers. The first being Masaki Yamagiwa, who is the producer of Bloodborne. The second being Fumihiko Yasuda, who is the producer on Nioh. So, two noteworthy names, of course, Bloodborne, Nioh, both fantastic games. If both of those are working on this, then already you potentially get a feel for what this game could be. However, it's not exactly as you might think. The game is set to take place in China and has you fighting against demons and historical figures from around the later Han Dynasty. In fact, at the very end of the trailer, we see Lu Bu. You also see a ton of other characters. Plenty of noteworthy people. Of course, if you played Dynasty Warrior games, you will probably see some of those already. However, the official description for the game says Wo Long Fallen Dynasty follows the dramatic, action-packed story of a nameless militia soldier fighting for survival in a dark version of the later Han Dynasty, where demons plague the three kingdoms. Players fight off deadly creatures and enemy soldiers using swordplay based on the Chinese martial arts, attempting to overcome the odds by awakening the true power from within. From the press release they sent out, it seems the player will be able to upgrade and change styles throughout the game. The game features battle styles based on the 5 different phases. The 5 different phases being a well-known concept that runs through many different aspects of Chinese culture. The press release then goes on to say awaken the power, defeat deadly enemies to boost morale and awaken the power from within, overcome adversity through unique strategies including battle styles based on the 5 phases. Boosting morale could of course be a nod to the fact that you are commanding an army just like in Dynasty Warriors. The game could be a mix of both Nioh and Dynasty Warriors. You of course see from the trailer, initially there is a big focus on a central character, of course fighting different enemies, but you then do see in the background there are crowds and crowds of enemies. So I'm really interested to sort of see how this plays out, because of course the Dynasty Warriors format, I've always liked the sort of look and the kind of concept of it, in that of course, there's lots of kind of cool characters, lots of flashy combat. Some of it is quite fun, but I've always described those sort of games as stressful games for me personally, in that you just jump in, lay waste to hundreds, thousands of enemies. Kind of feels good for a little bit, but for me, there's never really been enough to sort of keep me hooked. I appreciate, depending on, of course, the games you enjoy, that will vary greatly. But you then, of course, on the opposing side, have something like Nioh, punishingly difficult, really, really cool combat, focuses much more on fighting smaller groups of enemies, so I will be really interested to sort of see how they blend these two different styles. The game does seem to have a heavy focus on sword fighting, of course, as players use both offensive and defensive to combat enemies. Some other information that came out said live by the sword, renowned for ruthless strikes that can change the tide of battle in an instant. Sword practitioners of the Chinese martial arts gracefully change pace as they shift between offensive and defensive maneuvers, overwhelm opponents with a flurry of force in a series of intense and bloody battles, while learning the precision and skill necessary to become a true master of the sword. Again, most noteworthy things to kind of call out from the trailer, there is this huge demonic dragon which looks like the player will have to fight in, or at some point in the game. Maybe it's sort of the looming final boss. Someone is also looking for the main character because they possess the sort of elixir field, and the main character seems to be benefiting from some sort of internal power as their body pulses with yellow energy. So lots of sort of things we can glean from the trailer, but admittedly without any actual tangible gameplay, it's kind of hard to sort of get a real feel for how this will play. But regardless, this being slated for next year is definitely one on my watch list. I love these kind of games anyway. The setting looks hella cool. Of course, if there's any sort of a Nioh-esque kind of gameplay in it, I am definitely going to be all on board. So that is pretty much it. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Let me know if you maybe sort of saw anything in the trailer that was noteworthy, perhaps that I didn't mention. And of course, do be sure to keep it locked, because once we do get to find out more about this, I will keep you guys posted. If you've missed any of our recent videos, you can check out one of these ones on the screen, and be sure to keep it locked for plenty more.